Hello, welcome. Let's get right to it. I wanted to make a quick video on demonic gorillas, and I'm not gonna. I'm gonna assume that you know the basics to them. So this is not gonna be a full-on guide video. I'm not gonna go over inventory or how many prayer potions or food you should bring. But this is just gonna kind of go over the fundamentals of how to possibly deal a little bit more damage to them, so your kills are shorter, or and how to avoid damage from the gorillas. So two main mechanics to go over here. When you're attacking with melee and they're attacking with a range style, and when I say range style, I mean also mage or range, right? You want to take a step back when they roar. When you take that step back, you are able to predict whether they're going to pull up on you, then you pray melee. If they don't pull up on you, you switch to whatever they weren't attacking with, right? So if they're attacking with magic, they roar, you pull back. If they pull up on you, you pray melee. If they don't, you pray range. I see some people don't step back, and you could avoid damage that way. You don't have to do more 50-50s than needed. But, secondly, when you do have to do a 50-50, this is the second tip, pray magic. The reason why you want to pray magic is typically you're going to have more range defense in your gear. So you just want to pray magic. This is kind of common and already known. So yeah, whenever you see that 50-50, pray magic. When do you pray magic? Well, when they attack with melee and they change attack styles, you cannot predict whether they're going to use range or magic, right? So then you have to take a 50-50, pray magic, okay? So let's do an example kill, and then I'm gonna, once we do the example kill, after that, or maybe after a couple kills, I'll go over some more other general PVMing tips that I use. So, oh, another tip, I keep these on permanently. They barely require any prayer, right? So as you can see, if I do this, your prayer is gonna get drained in 24 minutes to 0. So they barely, it's just a free 5% buff. I don't bother with using piety. I don't bother with this. I'm an Iron Man, so a group Iron Man, so like prayer is very precious to me. But I do keep these on permanently, right? It's free, a little bit of damage there. And yeah, so let's engage, see what happens. I'm gonna pray magic as a default. And notice how I'm taking a step back because to test whether they're going to pull up on me or not. So I know he didn't pull up on me, so I'm going to pray range. He didn't pull up on me either, so I'm going to pray mage. He didn't pull up on me, so I'm going to pray range. And of course you want to dodge these boulders. He pulled up on me, I'm going to pray melee. And now, I'm going to pray mage next. Because I cannot predict. I have to take a 50-50. It is what it is. You have to do that. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Let's do a couple more kills before I go over some general PVMing tips. So this guy is praying range. Another tip is when you're initially engaging them, typically you just pray mage. There's a very rare chance that, I don't really do this much, but if I notice they're pulling up on me, I'll try to get my mage or my melee pray on. This is on the first engage, but typically on my first engage I'll just pray magic. I didn't commentate this kill that well, but right now I'm just pulling back, testing if he's going to pull up on me. He's not, so I'm going to pray range. He's not pulling up on me, so I'm going to attack with pray magic. whenever you're attacking with magic, or rather, whenever you're attacking with a range style, so if I'm attacking with range, I like to keep a one tile gap, maximum two. You don't want to. Sometimes I also see people standing at quite a distance to the gorilla. You don't want to do that because when it comes for you to change your style, it's going to take a while for you to reach them, right? So you're going to miss out on an attack while you're traveling to them. So don't stay too far away from them. Just stay real close to them while you're ranging them. Let's do one more kill. I don't want to stray too... It's very annoying when the aggro is gone. I thought he was pulling up on me, that's why I prayed magic there, or melee there, but he didn't, so... Now he pulled up on me, so I'm gonna pray melee. I'm gonna default to magic. Stepping back to test whether or not he's gonna pull up on me. He's not. Or he is, okay. Felt like he took a while there to pull up on me. It's because when they change overheads, there's a little bit of a lag in the attack, so I was defaulting to magic, but he attacked me with range, so I'm gonna switch back to range. I'm moving back to test. He didn't move forward, so I'm gonna go back to magic. Okay, so now for some general tips. General tip is I like to, in my switch, I like to keep my primary weapon first here and then defender last. I don't know why I do that, but I feel like it doesn't mess up with my inventory. Sometimes you'll notice that your defender might go somewhere else in the inventory. I find having the defender last helps with that. I like to block off my next two inventory slots with these guys, so that sometimes if you don't do this, your defender will go here, and that's going to be annoying. So I like to block off my inventory slots with these guys. Another thing is you don't want to use a huge client, right? So if I was using a full screen kind of setting, I would travel my mouse between my Switch and the gorilla. Like, look at this travel right here, right? Now imagine it's hard to even imagine, but imagine my client was like this, and then I would have to use a bigger travel time, right? Travel distance between my mouse and the gorilla. So I like to keep the gorilla on the right side of my screen, or any PVM like mob on the right side, because boom, it's like this. Imagine it was like, you know what I mean? Like if they're on the left side, like the travel distance is just, if the gorilla was here, you'd go like this. But if the gorilla is here, you'd go like this. It's a little bit less travel. So that helps with that. Did I mention I keep these prayers on already? I think I did. They barely cost anything. And, another thing that you'll notice, this like messed up prayer configuration. I find this helps a ton with minimizing my travel time between the mouse, or between the gear switch and the prey switch. So I just go do and then go like this. So I find this extremely helpful. It took a while to get used to, but now that I've gotten used to, this has helped me so much with all sorts of PVM. Otherwise, I would have to do this and then go like this. Yeah, I don't know. That you can make it work. Obviously, most people do it that way. But when I did this, oh man, it helped a lot. So yeah, let's do another kill. I guess the 50-50 wrong, but it is what it is. That's what happens sometimes. Let's see if he pulls up on us. He doesn't. Dodge that boulder, obviously. Sometimes you can get an attack off while the boulder is still falling. You have a little bit of time, so keep up with your DPS. And yeah, there it is. So yeah, hopefully this helped a little bit with maybe speeding up your kills and taking a little bit less damage. I would highly, highly, highly recommend getting comfortable, bringing a little bit more gear. This is going to really help you with your PVM skills further down the line when you have to slay bosses or whatever, right? So practice over here. I love this task. Well, actually, I don't know if I will continue to do this task after I get my 4th Zenite, but I feel like I've learned all that I need to from this task already, so maybe I won't do this task, but maybe, you know, it's a lot of money, but I'm getting sidetracked. The point being, you really learn your gear switches and your prayer switches through this task, so it's extremely good for PVMing, teaching you a little bit about basic PVMing. You definitely want to get comfortable with hotkeys. Absolutely, you need hotkeys. You can sometimes you might not like reaching your hand up to the F keys. I like to rebind my F keys to QWER, for example, right? So, excuse me, if you are finding it an issue to move your hand up to the F keys, or rebind with the RuneLite plugin, I forget which one it is, I think it's Key Remap or something like that, to QWER. I'm sure you played other games where you use those keys, right? So just rebind it to that and get comfortable with the gears, with using the F keys. And yeah, you'll also notice that my gear, while, I mean, I'm not even using the arc light or whatever, but yeah, like my kills can be a little bit faster. I would say like mid to late game tier gear, I guess. And yeah, if you have better gear, you can speed up your kills that way. But main point again, digressing there a little bit. But main point, just bring more gear. Try to get comfortable. Obviously, you can just bring like a Carol's top or something, and you don't have to switch so much. You can make the task more chill that way, sure, but if you already know how to gear switch quickly, then I would say maybe you don't want to like you just want to have a chill time here, then do that. But if you don't know how to do a proper gear switch, go ahead and bring more gear. Get comfortable with that. You're going to need it later on if you plan to do more PVMing. It's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning, but that's just how you learn, right? Everything is uncomfortable in the beginning. I used to actually, you know what? I used to not bring so much gear, and I wasn't good at gear switching, so I was like, whatever, I'm not going to bring gear. But then I learned to gear switch not here, but further down the line. And now I kind of think that maybe I should have learned the gear switching here. So this is a really great place to gear switch. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So good luck. Take care. Bye bye.